Hi everyone. Well, over the last week it's been really quite chilly with some quite cold temperatures at night. We saw a couple of days reaching, well, a couple of nights should I say, reaching around -7 degrees Celsius. So that really is quite cold for the island, and it looks like things won't be really getting that cold over the coming week, but or should I say over the coming weekend. But it doesn't look too terrible. I mean, we're going to be seeing some brighter spells at times, some cloud, and a whole mix of things. So let's have a little start off with the synoptic chart. And because the winds aren't going to be anything significant this week, we're going to leave off the wind chart for now, and or should I say the wind map, wind colours for now, and just focus on the temperature. And you can see this is the temperature at the moment across England and western parts of Europe. Here it's quite cold, and even across the UK it's still relatively chilly. But you can see as time moves on into tomorrow and into Friday, we keep some fairly chilly temperatures, but really it does start to become a little bit milder, especially as we move in towards Sunday. So we see these greener colours here showing the 6, maybe pushing towards 8 degrees Celsius for a time. And then as we move into next week, not much changes really, but it does become a little bit milder still, with some yellows starting to show on the map. But we won't get into that for now. But let's quickly run through the cloud as well. You can see over the coming days there is a lot of cloud around. There will be a few breaks here and there, but right through the weekend and into the start of next week, we're going to seeing quite frequent spells of cloud moving through. Although it won't be really that wet, it'll be mostly dry through most of these cloudier periods. So let's have a quick look at the forecast for tonight, or at least the first half of this evening. You can see this area of rain here showing across southern England, and that matches quite nicely with the rainfall showing on our rainfall radar at the moment. So it looks much the same. You can see this area of rain here that's gradually moving down from the northwest. In fact, it's developing as it moves down. So we're going to see a few further outbreaks of rain as we move through this evening and into tonight before it begins to move away. So after midnight, it's going to be mostly dry, and in fact, it looks like the cloud may even start to break. And you can see here these somewhat clearer skies moving down across the island, and the winds will still be coming in from the north. Well, really directly from the north at this point, but will be becoming a little bit north to northwest at times. But yeah, you can still see this area of cloud here has all moved away, and we've got these slightly clearer conditions. And as we follow this through into tomorrow, you can see there's actually quite a bit of cloud develops once again. It's not going to be an overcast day, but there will be areas of cloud moving through, and along with that areas of cloud, there is a small chance of the odd shower, or light shower. However, the majority of the showers will be well to the east, but you can see the odd one or two here just developing towards the mainland really. But we could see the odd very light shower drifting our way, or the odd spot of rain within the cloudier periods. So yeah, but it will feel rather chilly, even though the temperatures will be somewhat higher. So starting off the day at 6 AM with the temperatures, we can see these temperatures a little bit above freezing here. So 1 or 2 degrees Celsius, so really quite chilly. And then as we move through the day, the temperatures rise quite a lot higher than what we've seen today. So we see 6s and 7s widespread across the island really, perhaps even the odd 8 degrees Celsius out here in more western parts. So yeah, it's certainly a fair bit milder, but with that breeze that's going to be developing, it will certainly feel somewhat colder than what the temperatures are actually showing. So we can see this really quite a moderate to fresh breeze here, and this is the average wind speed. So we're going to be looking at anything really across the island. We're looking at 14, 16 miles per hour maybe, but in exposed areas over the hills and around the coast, pushing 20 to 25 miles per hour. So it will feel quite chilly despite the temperatures, like I said, being 6 or 7 degrees Celsius. So then as we move through tomorrow evening, we still see the cloud drifting through. It's not desperately thick, but it certainly will be there at times. So that should stop the temperatures from falling too low, so we don't get lessen the risk of a frost. And then as we move into Friday, you can see once again these occasionally broken skies, but also these areas of cloud moving through. But it will be mostly dry. The temperatures with this, we just overlay it straight on top here, and you can see that hopefully. We're looking at 6 or 7 degrees Celsius, and the wind once again will be coming down from the north to northeast at this point. And you can see here it's going to be really a moderate breeze, 9 to 14 miles per hour really, perhaps gusting a little bit higher in exposed areas and around the coasts. So then, as we run through Friday night, you can see here that the cloud stays with us. As we move through into Saturday, it stays much the same with areas of cloud moving through at times. It doesn't always mean it's going to be cloudy and overcast the whole time, but there will be rather large areas of cloud moving through. Although Saturday itself does look like it will be a mostly dry day, and you can see once again through the English Channel in this area here, we've got some relatively clearer skies at times. But you know, that could spread across us at times. So we will see a mixture of cloud and bright or even sunny spells once again. But those winds are going to be relatively light as we move through Saturday, so that shouldn't really be a problem. So that means that the temperatures of 4, 5, perhaps 6 degrees Celsius if you're lucky won't feel too bad in these light winds, and especially if you manage to get under some of those sunnier spells, it's going to feel quite pleasant compared to how it's felt recently. And then as we start to move through into Sunday, we see much the same really. Occasional areas of cloud, occasional clear spells. Although as we move through Sunday, we perhaps start to see the increasing chance of the odd spot of rain or a bit of rain here and there, because this cloud looks like it will be relatively thick on Sunday. So a lot more cloud around than what we will be likely seeing up until then. So if we run it through another time with the rainfall maps on, you can see these little bits of shading here showing the odd patch of rain and perhaps drizzle here and there, and that really stays with us on and off through Sunday and into Monday. So we could see the odd little bit of light rain here and there towards Sunday or later on Sunday especially, and then into the start of next week. But again, nothing too spectacular, not downpours, no gales, nothing like that. In fact, those winds will be coming round into the west a little bit more, or possibly even west-southwest. And you can see they're not that strong still. We're going to be looking at 12, 14, 16 miles per hour perhaps. And if you're going to, excuse me, I can overlay the temperatures here, and you can just about see under the shading here, you can just about make out that we're going to be seeing temperatures quite a bit higher. So we're looking at 8, maybe 9 degrees Celsius. And we can have a little bit of a closer look here. So as you can see, right across the island, we're going to be seeing 8 degrees, possibly pushing up to 9 at times if you're lucky. So yeah, not too terrible, but it will be pretty cloudy at this point with these winds coming off the channel, bringing in quite a bit of moisture. So there we go. Really, that's pretty much it. So yeah, it'll be mostly dry really, apart from a little bit of rain tonight and perhaps the odd little bit later on Sunday. But overall, it'll be a fairly dry spell. It will be chilly at times, especially at first with this fresh breeze. But towards the second half of the weekend, the cloud gets a little bit thicker. It gets a little bit more damp. The breeze stays there, apart from on Saturday really, but the temperature really does come up on Sunday. So we're going to see some much milder conditions as we move in towards then. I have one last little favour to ask of you, and that is, could you put in the comments whether you find these video updates useful at all? Because of course we get a good viewing from them, multiple thousands. So the last one was I think it was something around the region of 11,000 views. So you know, not too bad for a little island on the south coast of the UK. But I would be interested in knowing how useful you find these, and whether you prefer the basic raw output from the models that I was just showing you then, or do you prefer the more classic old school style graphics that we sometimes use on the Sunday week ahead outlooks. So yeah, it would be very handy to know, and it would be very useful, because then we can modify things to suit the majority, really. So there we go. So anyway, yeah, not too bad a weekend coming up, really, if you've got things planned. So there we are. Anyway, that's all for now. Goodbye.